Welcome to our weekly studio show. Here's your recap of this year's holiday devotional study happening throughout the month of August 2025. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Call us at 0816 234 1724 to join the conversation. To participate in the devotional study for ages 5 to 10, click the link and join your special group. For teens aged 11 to 16, connect with us through this link. Together, let's grow in faith and friendship with God. For more information, call 0809 1336036, 0803 355 4921, or 08035 555521. Don't miss out. You could be one of God's generals in the making. This program is proudly brought to you by Family Resource Ministry.
Good day, dear listeners, online listeners, the rest of them all over the world. Thank you for joining this program today, and I am your anchor. This is the week 2 of our children and teens holiday devotional, our fun and exciting holiday devotional. And we are just here to give a brief recap on the study of the week. I, your uncle, am Daniel Abuchi Oguju, and on my right hand, which is your left, I have
Michael Kai.
Rejoice in them.
and on my left, I have. So, let us dive into the weekly recap. To the children, on the 11th, we learned that we learned that we should pray and believe. We should pray to God and anything. So I have a question on that. While I was going through it, I got a question. So now, what if I pray and God does not answer me? What do I do, Michael?
Well, if you want to pray and God does not answer, it does not matter. You have to keep on praying and be persistent. Because there are some reasons why God does not want to give you that thing immediately. Because there are 3 ways He answers you. He answers you like yes, no, or wait. So maybe they're one of the reasons. Maybe that's why God doesn't want to answer you. But you have to keep on praying.
Thank you very much, Mika. Before we proceed, I would like to invite our online listeners to call us on 081 6234 1724. Again, 081 6234 1724. Call us on this number so that you share your favorite lesson during the devotional and tell us how it impacted on your life. Now, moving over to treasure. On day 11th, we learned courage to say no to fear. And I learned a lot from it. But there's a question I want to ask you. My question is, if I'm passing now and I see somebody and I don't know the person, and the person greets me, I don't know what to say, what do I do? Like, I'm very, very scared of what to say.
Okay, I think you should speak about and reduce your fear, believe in God, because if you are reading through the topic of that day, it was talking about that God is with you, no matter what you do, no matter how you feel, God is by your side. So you don't really need to care about what people say, just know that God is with you. So have that feeling that God is with you and speak up, and all fears are gone.
Yeah, thank you very much, Treasure. That day was just talking about Nehemiah and his builders. Like our devotional is talking about Nehemiah, he and his builders said no to fear when the rest mocked him. And next, I will move over to rejoice. On the 12th, we learned to stay focused, just like Sandra. He stayed focused, diligent, and was very, very good. So now, my question is, I'm preparing for an exam now, and my classmates are turning against me. They are very, very, very bad classmates. So, what do I do with that?
First, to pray with God, and God will answer your prayer if you don't see God answering it, he might be saying wait, or he'll say yes or no, or wait for me to say first.
Thank you very much, Treasure. Particularly, what I learned from the devotional, which says stay focused, is that we should be diligent in anything we are doing. We should avoid distractions, less TV, less play, and read more. Trust in God because He's going to help us. So, before I proceed, I'm going to say a little fun fact. Did you know that the Bible is the best selling book in the world? So, my next question goes to you, Treasure. We learned that keep going, don't give up. Just like Nehemiah and the builders. They were building the walls of Jerusalem with no fear in them. They kept going. So, in a scenario when I've tried almost everything I can do to be the best and it's not working, what do I do?
Okay, when you mean you tried everything, did you try going back to God? No. So if you did not try going back to God, I think you should have gone to God and asked God for prayers and His blessings, because we need God's blessing in everything and anything we want to do. So at that point, you go back to God and ask God that I cannot do this on my own, I need your help, because Nehemiah seeks the face of God, which helped him to gain favor from the king, Archers or something. So if you seek the favor of God and you pray that God should help you in anything you want to do, no matter what, you're going to be unstoppable. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Treasure. That actually did a lot and a lot. And like she said, we should seek to God in almost everything. If you keep going, don't give up, because God will stand our ground. He's always there for us. Thank you very much once again, Treasure. My next is to you, Mika. We learned persistence. Nehemiah persistence, prayer, and faith on building that wall of Jerusalem. Now, in a case where I need money to pay my school fees and I don't have money, my parents is poor, my mother is a farmer, and I don't have money, I'm just at home doing nothing. What do I do?
Well, you should keep on praying. The topic says Nehemiah's persistent prayer and faith. That means Nehemiah was not just praying, but he had faith in God that he could do what he wanted. So that's, in a situation like that, we should always have faith in God. When we are praying, we should not just only pray without having faith. But once we are praying, we should always have faith in God. We should always keep on doing it persistently, and one time He will answer you.
Thank you very much. Like I said, please do call us on 081 6234 1724. 081 6234 1724. Use this number and share your daily experience and your favorite lessons, what they learned. And if you have questions, you can contact us on that too. So now, Treasure. We learned determination to build and not to break on day 14 for the team projects now. And I need encouragement, but people around me just make me feel like what I'm doing is not going to work, does not have meaning in my life, it's not going to change anything around us. So in this case, what do I do?
Okay, as I said earlier before, talking about area of fear, I told you that God is with you. So now God is greater than any other thing. God is the greatest friend anyone could have. So as far as you're concerned, God has assigned you to do that work. So any other thing that anybody has to say does not have any meaning to you. So I think that for us, we should just concentrate on God and know that we have a God that answers us. We know that we have a God that we can run to in time of trouble. Thank you.
Thank you very much once again, Treasure. Thank you for that. And thank you. I've really learned a lot from what you have just said. And like she said, the topic was determination to build and not to break. We learned a lot from that lesson. Nehemiah was determined to finish this wall of Jerusalem that God had assigned him to do. And thanks to faith's persistence, he was good and he was well going. Now, rejoice. My next question goes to you. Children, God will fight for you. Day 14. This talks about you being consistent, having faith, putting everything to God, and He will do it for you. So now, assuming you are under an attack, everywhere, just running up, down, no place to run, no place to go, that it's just like a war, and you need someone to come to your rescue, who do you think is the first person you would call on to?
Well, God is the first person to help you because He's the one that created you, and if you're in trouble, He'll rescue you.
Yeah. Thank you very much again. Rejoice, still on to you. Is there anybody else you call apart from God?
And you should not make friends with those people.
Okay. We have a call. Good day. Hello. Hello, good day. Hello, good day. Please, what's your name and where are you calling from? Sorry, your name is? You're calling from Apple. Okay, thank you. What's your question or contribution? Sorry? Okay. Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sorry, repeat the question again. I didn't get you. Yeah. Okay.
The person to do.
If the person keeps praying and praying.
You keep praying and praying.
Yeah.
Okay, what if that person had prayed a long time ago?
Yeah.
And okay, the prayer is working slowly
Mm-hmm.
or hasn't worked as you expected.
Yeah.
That person have patience.
Yeah. Thank you very much, our caller. That was Chinazam Abuchi calling from Apo. She asked the question, and her question goes like this. If you have been praying and praying, being persistent, being determined in your prayer, been praying and God has not answered your prayer yet, nothing has been done. So what do you do? Before I answer that, I would like to treasure.
Okay, what will you do? Yes, when um Micah was talking about being persistent, there's a God has
Okay.
God time is always the best for
Okay.
you.
Sorry, we have another call.
God time is
Okay.
always the best for you. So I think you should just be focused and either yes, God has either an answer yes, no, or wait. The reason why he's giving you to wait for longer, maybe he's making something better and he's giving you at the right time. Maybe the time he's going to give you is not going to be convenient for you. You're not going to enjoy it. So he's giving you at that time that it's going to be so enjoyable and so lasting for you. So I think that waiting and patience, being patient is actually very, very important in a Christian's life.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Treasure. Thank you very much again. You have been really, really persistent. Thank you. Like she said, about the persistence on the prayers, you have to keep asking. Don't stop. Because God has three answers. Yes, no, or wait. He's the one that created you. So I think that he knows what's best for you. Either he answers his prayers, your prayers, he tells you to wait, or he tells you no. So, moving over to you, Rejoice. Um, trust in God, trust in the Lord. That was our topic for day 15. And, okay, we have a caller. Okay. That was our topic for day 15, trust in the Lord. And it was talking about someone trusting in the Lord in anything he's doing. He held on to God and continued his work. But I got a little confused at this question. So now, if I'm bullied, insulted by my fellow mates or people around me, and I want to seek help, who do I seek?
First, you seek to God,
Okay.
and when God says He will do something about it,
Okay.
just believe Him and everything will go right.
I should believe the Lord. Okay, thank you very much, Treasure. Treasure said I should believe the Lord so that everything will go right. And I think, yes, I go with a capital yes with what you have said. Moving on to you, Treasure. Pray, work, and don't give up. My question here is, for instance, I'm building a new house. And, okay, we have a caller. Hello?
My name is Kadi Pamela.
Please, where's your name and what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Kadi Pamela from Ibadan.
Gajipa Mary from Ibadan. Please.
I would like to give an answer to the question the person asked.
Okay, she wants to give an answer to the question the first caller asked. So, what's your answer?
I believe that that person should be patient
Yeah.
and should keep praying.
Yeah.
And then should be full of faith.
Yeah.
Because there is one thing my parents used to tell me that if God did not answer my prayer,
Mhm.
it is that he's not ready to give me now.
Okay.
Or what I asked for is not meant for me.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. The caller has spoken well. He said that the answer to the first caller's question is her mom keeps telling her that why God is not answering your prayers is because He wants you to enjoy it at the most enjoyable time ever, or it is not meant for her. That is the reason why God is not answering your prayers. But if God wants to answer your prayers and He has not answered it yet, then you should just exercise patience and be persistent. Don't stop asking Him. So yeah, back to Treasure. Sorry for the interruption. Like I said, pray, work, and don't give up. So now I'm building a new house, and I've been working. 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and no improvements. What do I do?
Okay. Like my dad would always tell me, prayer is not something that if you pray now it's just 360 degrees immediately where you want it. God has His time for everything. Yes, God hears us every single time we pray. So, as far as He has heard us, He has the time that He's going to answer us. And about working, yeah, we have to have that hard working spirit. Nehemiah did not only pray and had the favor from the king. Also, he encouraged others to help him and work, even though the Bible said that there were tools on the first hand and weapons on the other hand, but they were still, after all the enemies threatening them, mocking them, they still kept on working hard. They did not give up. So that's what I think, that we should continue being persistent and being consistent in whatever we're doing.
Okay, thank you. We have a caller online. Hello, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Good afternoon. My name is Oluwaloba. I'm calling from Apple Resettlement.
Okay, Oluwaloba from Apple Resettlement. Yeah, so what's your question or contribution?
My contribution is from day 16.
Yeah.
I learned that we should stand up for what is right.
Yeah.
For example,
Mm-hmm.
in your class, your friends are talking about something, but you know it's bad, and you feel like, yeah, like if you tell them that it's bad, they'll start criticizing you, call you
Yeah,
a
yeah,
boy, pastor, and all those stuff.
yeah,
But then you stand up for what is right.
yeah. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much, Loba, for the contribution. He gave a contribution on day 16 of the children's devotional, which is stand up for what is right. He also gave an example that his classmates was telling him the wrong thing, but he stood up as a big boy for what is right, just like Nehemiah. So thank you for your contribution, Loba. And as we move on, okay, he has something to say again.
Happy Sunday. My name is Kinsel Chilua John Osho.
Sorry?
My name is Kinsel Chilua John Osho. I'm calling from Abo Settlement.
Kishe Oluwa Apo Resettlement.
Kinsel Chilua.
Okay, Kishe Oshe Oluwa Apo Resettlement.
My contribution is from day 12.
Okay.
My name is led with leadership.
Okay.
He didn't lead. He was not bossy. He called God for help.
Okay.
He was not a lazy leader.
Okay. Thank you very much, Kola. He gave a contribution of Nema led with leadership. How Nema built the wall of Jerusalem with leadership. Thank you very much. Can't remember the name. Sorry about that. So we go on. To you, Micah. When troubles come your way now, and you don't know what to do in such case, who do you look up to?
Well, the first person to look up to is the Creator,
Yeah.
which is God.
Yeah.
He's the only one you can look up to. If someone is able to create you, if someone is able to take care of you, why not save you? So you should always trust in Him. You should always go for Him in the first place of asking for help.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mika. And now it moves over to you, Rejoice. The 16 of the children's devotional says, stand up for what is right. And in a scenario where, or in an instance where you're in a class and your teacher asks the question, 1 plus 1, you know the answer is 2, and you say 2, the rest of your classmates say 3, or 3 of us like this, we say 3, what will you do? Will you follow us and say 3, or you stand your ground?
You can stand for your ground.
Yeah.
And if they don't listen, you can tell God if your answer is correct or not, and if He says it's correct.
Okay. Okay, we have an online caller. Okay, he's with us. Okay. Please, what's your name? Introduce yourself.
Me?
Yeah, you. What's your name?
My name is Jenny Osiparis.
Sorry?
My name is Janet.
Your name is Jaden. Okay, thank you for joining us on this program, Jaden. And I also have a question for you. My question is still on pray, work, and don't give up. So, Nehemiah and the rest of the people, they were doing well, but still, they did not give up. Why didn't they give up? Why do you think, in your own way, they didn't give up?
They didn't give up because they had faith in the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
They didn't because Nehemiah had faith in God. He didn't want to turn away. So he kept building and he was determined.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much for the answer.
So
We have an online
whenever
caller. We have an online caller.
Hello.
Hello, what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Gadiola Pinsiri, and I'm calling from Ibadan.
Okay, Gabriela calling from Ibadan.
I want to contribute on the topic stay focused.
Stay focused, okay?
I learned that I should be focused in any focused.
Okay, thank you very much for your contribution. She gave a contribution on stay focused, that anywhere she goes in her academics, she'll be focused. And I'm sure she has promised that to God. So let us move on. Now to you, Treasure. Okay. Okay, now moving on to you, Treasure. Sacrifice of time and effort. Nehemiah and the builders, they sacrificed their time and their efforts to build up the walls of Jerusalem. It's an assignment that God gave. Okay, we have an online caller. Hello.
Hello,
Please, what's your name and where are you calling from? Good day.
my name is Oyegunwa Shalua.
Okay.
I'm talking from Abeokuta State.
Okay. What's your question or contribution?
I learned that we should trust in God
Yeah.
and we should keep pushing
Yeah.
even when things are hard.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much for your contribution. Her contribution was on she'll keep pushing and she'll trust in God in almost everything we are doing. Okay, before we proceed, we are heading on a commercial break. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere. This is recap for week 2 devotional. Thank you.
Welcome to our weekly studio show. Here's your recap of this year's holiday devotional study happening throughout the month of August 2025. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Call us at 0816 234 1724 to join the conversation. To participate in the devotional study for ages 5 to 10, click the link and join your special group. For teens aged 11 to 16, connect with us through this link. Together, let's grow in faith and friendship with God. For more information, call 0809 1336 036, 0803 355 4921, or 08035 555521. Don't miss out. You could be one of God's generals in the making. This program is proudly brought to you by Family Resource Ministry.
Okay, thank you and welcome from the commercial break, last short commercial break. And we are going to continue our devotional week 2 recap. So now, Jaden, I have a question for you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I
Yeah,
can hear
so
you.
my question is on sacrifice for time and effort. And it's talking about where Nehemiah sacrificed his time and his efforts on rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem. It was a work that God assigned him to do, though. So now, my question for you is that why do you think that Nehemiah sacrificed his time and effort over his personal comfort?
He sacrificed his time because he was a good leader. He was different from other leaders, and he didn't choose to use his leadership for granted.
Yeah.
So he was humble and helped the people of Jerusalem.
Jaden, for your answer. And from this week devotional, this program, I've really learned a lot about this man, Nehemiah. What a very strong man indeed. He's a strong man of God. He's consistent on really finishing the Jerusalem walls. As we go further, we'll hear more stories on Nehemiah and his efforts to build the walls of Jerusalem. So, Micah, what have you learned?
I learned that I should always be like Nehemiah.
Yeah.
Nehemiah has done a lot just to do to build the Jerusalem walls. He has went from to his home country. He helped them. He was persistent in prayer. He stayed focused. He did lots of things, and he told me to always be like him.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Micah. Rejoice, what have you learned?
I've come your way, you should pray to God, and when you pray to God, you don't expect it immediately. Just wait until the time comes.
Okay. Treasure, what have you learned?
Thank you so much. I learned that we should be more persistent, more consistent in whatever we're doing. Know that we have a shoulder pad and a backup like God, and we should be grateful for if it's happening and if it's not happening, and we should always have that feeling that God is with us. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And what I have learned, I really learned a lot from this devotional. I learned that we should sacrifice our time and efforts. We should also be very good people. We should be perseverant, we should persevere, we should be persistent, we should be diligent. Trust in the Lord because He will always stand for you. Stand for what is right. Jaden, not forgetting you, what have you learned from the week?
I've learned from this week that we should not always use our leadership for granted. We should use it to help other people who are in need.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. As you can see, we have all learned one or two or three things from devotional, and I know very well we'll take it into action, just like Nehemiah. God sent Nehemiah to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem which had fallen. He is a governor, but still, he sacrificed his time and his effort just to rebuild those walls with his people. Though they got tired at some point, but still, they were diligent and they were persistent, and they trusted in the Lord to finish up. And because of Nehemiah today, we are good people. Now we are learning about him, a very great man indeed. And I pray that we will continue to be like Nehemiah. Okay, we have a caller. Hello, what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Mofe Osioluwa Osho, and I am
Okay.
calling from Apo.
Mushe Osi Oluwa calling from Apu. So what's your question or contribution? Hello?
Hello.
So what's your question or contribution?
I learned that we should stand up for others, no matter what.
Just like Nehemiah stood up for his people. Yeah, thank you very much. She gave a contribution that we should stand up for others in any case. Like now, I have a friend, even though he's not a friend though, but he's being bullied or insulted. I should go there and stand for the person. Just like Nehemiah stood for his people. When the rest, his enemies were insulting him, threatening him, mocking him, they walked with tools in one hand and weapons in the other so that they will stay safe. Yeah, and that is how Nehemiah walked with his people. Okay, so we learned on perseverance during the week, and I would like to have a little thought on perseverance. Perseverance is just like doing something, no matter the obstacle that comes. You face it, okay? You face it, and you achieve your goal by all means. But with the help of God. That is what I understand with perseverance. It's just like failing 19 times and getting it the 20th time. So it really did well for Nehemiah and his people back then. They were they had perseverance, they were persistent, diligent in God's faith. And the rest of those we learned. So, Treasure, I would like to ask you a question. Would you like to sacrifice your time for God?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and why would you do that?
Because no matter how you sacrifice, whether small, whether big, as far as you set up the time and said that, no matter what I'm doing, this particular time is for me, is me and you, God. So if I'm fasting, I would like now, for instance, my person locking themselves in their room. Let's say 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock, they have this particular time of worshiping God. It's not bad because it will yield his income definitely one day. So I think that yes, sacrificing your time, as for me, for God is very important.
Yeah, thank you very much, Treasure. She has spoken well. And some of the callers and contributions kept on saying, trust in God, trust in God, trust in God. I kept asking myself, why? Micah, why should I trust in God?
Because who else you should trust in? You cannot trust. You can trust your parents, you can trust your friends, but the only one you can really trust in is God, because He keeps His promises. Whatever He says, He will do it, no matter what. That's why you should trust in Him.
Okay, so he says that I should trust in God because he answers my prayers, he keeps his promises and the rest of that. Thank you very much, Mika. And to you, Treasure, stand up for what is right and not for what is wrong. But in a scenario where I am doing what is wrong and other people are telling me to continue doing it, what do I do?
First, you ask for forgiveness.
Okay.
And then God will forgive you.
Okay.
Even if you make billions of mistakes
Okay.
and sins, He will still forgive you.
Okay. We have a caller. We have a caller. Hello, good day. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello.
Hello,
Yeah, what's your name and where are you calling from?
my name is Joshua Beloved. I am calling from.
Sorry, I didn't get your name.
My name is Joshua Beloved. I'm calling from Oguredi.
Okay, so what's your question or contribution?
I learned that we should be perseverant. We should not stop praying, because if we stop praying, God might just say that we should start. This person is no more praying as usual. That means the person that this person is no more need my help. And he will leave us alone.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And thank you very much. She said that she learns to be perseverance, she learns to persevere and do all those and trust in God and everything. So now I have another topic I want to talk on. Keep going, don't give up. Pray, work, don't give up. This is just talking about Nehemiah and his people. Kept building the walls even though it was hard. It was a hard task for them. But since that's what God wanted, Nehemiah gathered his people, they built the walls. Like I said, with weapons in one hand and tools in the other hand. And they kept watch and they prayed. Because his enemies threatened them and mocked them about the walls of Jerusalem. But still, they were persistent, they were diligent in doing the work. And because of them, we are learning of Nehemiah now. You know, he was a governor, yeah? But he still chose to sacrifice his personal comforts and build the walls of Jerusalem with the builders. So now, don't give up. Because if you give up, like now, you are going over a project. If you give up halfway, it hurts more. So don't give up. So that when you finish, you'll be happy with yourself and everything. I also have another topic I want to talk on. Trust in God. It really said a lot to me. Anytime I'm doing anything and I'm facing challenge, even if I'm not facing challenges, we still have to trust in God. Playing soccer, trust in God. Writing examinations, trust in God. So, that is that. Okay, I also have another thing to say. Determination. Nehemiah and his people were determined on building the walls of Jerusalem. They were good, going day, night. Even though they were tired, God was with them. God stood for them with their rights. So, Mika, I want to ask this question to you. If you keep trusting in God, do you think He will stand for you? Do you think He's always there for you?
Well, yes, He will. If you trust in God, He will definitely stand by you. Anytime He will stand by you.
Okay.
If you trust in Him, if you believe that He can do it, that He will actually stand for you.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Mika. That was on trust in God that He will stand for us. So now we are coming to the end of this devotional recap with Treasure, Mika, Rejoice, and finally Daniel Abuchi. Thank you very much for listening to this recap. I hope you will come again next Sunday for another one. Thank you, be blessed, and continue to read, answer and get amazing prizes and answer quizzes from the devotion. Thank you very much and stay tuned.
Welcome to our weekly studio show. Here's your recap of this year's holiday devotional study happening throughout the month of August 2025. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Call us at 0816 234 1724 to join the conversation. To participate in the devotional study for ages 5 to 10, click the link and join your special group. For teens aged 11 to 16, connect with us through this link. Together, let's grow in faith and friendship with God. For more information, call 0809 1336036, 0803 355 4921, or 08035 555521. Don't miss out. You could be one of God's generals in the making. This program is proudly brought to you by Family Resource